Bob, when talking about your success at home, particularly this year, part of that is your schedule, of course. Your toughest opponents have been on the road. Is it tough to gauge how well you've played at home compared to how you played on the road because the competition away from Norman has been so much better?
Well, again, I don't know. You know, we've played pretty well at home and overall, and so you could say if the competition's been a lot tougher on the road, some of those games, then we played pretty well, even though we lost them. You know, but whatever. I don't know how to say that. I think overall we have done a pretty fair job at home.
Excuse me. The 11th ranked team is in the country is coming to your place. You're a 6-5 team. Yeah, you guys, not to suggest you're a betting man by any means, but you guys are a pretty significant favorite, touchdown favorite. What does that say about your program? What does that say about the history of the series? What does it say about?
Oh, that says to me we must have a chance to win. So we're going to get ready to do that, and I do have a lot of faith in our kids, our players, our coaches. I think. You know, the players have been awesome to work with. Their overall attitude and just coming to work every day has been positive. And, you know, so we're just looking forward to the challenge of it.
Is that maybe a commentary on the winning streak at home?
I don't know what it is. You'd have to call the people who set that line and ask them.
I know some guys.
All right.
Yeah, Al can tell you.
Coach, your offense and defense complement each other. I realize that, but it seems like most of the serious injuries have come on offense. Well, how do you explain the defense allowing so much running and so forth last week?
Again, they did a nice job with scheming it and then sometimes just executing. You know, we got out of position on some other occasions, and their running back's a good player. He made some people miss him a time or so, and so they just did a nice job with it and blocked it well, and I thought the running back did a nice job.
Does Oklahoma State, is their run game a power run team, much like yours, with
Yeah.
the exception of the quarterback run game?
Sure, they do a nice job really in all parts of their run game, and it is a power running game in some occasions by pulling, kicking people out. Other times it's just zone blocking, and and they always have had the ability to pull the ball. With Zach in particular, and so it's got to be really physical, good in our blocks, tackling, and disciplined to be where you need to be.
I think two tights.
Yeah, they mix up their formations. They give you your standard fullback sets, two tight end sets, and then spread you out. So they're going to give you a little bit of everything.
Charles Reynolds had a nice catch at Tech where some of your other receivers didn't. Is there any reason why he's not playing more instead of some of them?
Well, because if you go back in some other games, he's had the same issues. So, again, it's just what you're looking at this one time. And some other games, I've seen some of those other guys have better games and him not do so well. So it just depends on what game you want to look at. We've been inconsistent, though, through the year is the best way to say it.
Bob, it sounds like the middle linebacker position, especially with Ronell Lewis, could be important, very important in this game. Can you talk about his development and how comfortable you are with him in there?
Well, I mean, it's going to be Austin Box first, and
right.
knock wood that. Well, he has a chance. I don't whether he, how much he plays or not. We'll see. But he's made, great progress. He has a bright future. Has been really a great player on our special teams, in particular kickoff. He's been really special. So he continues to make really good progress. He's got a chance to have a really bright future.
How frustrating is it watching your offense when 1 week you look really good, then the next week you don't?
Yeah, it is frustrating, and it's just finding some kind of consistency with it.
How well did Landry play Saturday? Were you able to judge him apart from the offense as a whole?
No, I don't think it's again, as I said earlier, I don't think it's fair to judge one guy. There isn't one guy anywhere that's going to move the football by themselves. You got to have guys catch the ball for him. You got to have protection. You got to be able to run it some. So in the end, I don't know how you can just judge one guy.
Would you prefer to have a night game where the crowd would possibly be a bigger factor?
Well, hopefully they'll get up early, and they're a big factor early, you know, so.
Bob, it's game 12. Not to suggest you've been fortunate, because you've been anything but Landry has at least remained healthy in his 8 games or 9 games. Have you thought about what you do if he goes down first or second quarter Saturday? Whether you take a red shirt off a guy in week 12 or put a walk-on in?
Yeah, I don't want to go there. That's,
You don't want to go there with that happening, I assume, but you don't want to go there with
I just
the
don't
answer?
want to go there with that thought process, and if I start answering it, who knows? The way this year has gone, you see me knocking the podium here, I don't want to think about that.
You have a plan in place, though.
Yes, we would.
Okay.
I'm just not going to discuss it.
You ever been around in your whole coach career as an assistant and a head coach where you've had so many injuries in 1 year?
No, I mean it's not close. I mean, and you know, for me, the saddest part is that they're seniors. It's for the kids, for the guys. You know, for the, you know, now with Ryan Reynolds and Austin English last week, you know, it's just, well, Austin was the week before, but I mean Ryan, you know, it's just too. I feel for the kids, for the players, you know, that. To have missed what they have, because I know how much they like to play, how important it is to them, and without all those seniors, that's, you know, you just hate that for their senior year.
Will you be able to get Ryan back for a ball?
Probably. And I guess I should say he still has a chance this week, but it's an outside chance.
I know you said that Oklahoma State runs the same offense no matter who quarterbacks, but they've got to run it differently because those two guys are so different and do different things. How do you adjust for the different kind of ball player that Zach is from Wheaton? Wheaton's not running any option, in other words.
Well, he can. I mean, if you're not sound on it, it doesn't take much to kick the ball out, and you know. So I disagree. I mean, that could happen, and the worst thing would be that you're not prepared for it. So in the end, you have to prepare for the offense, and you know, obviously, you know, in some plays Zach may pull the ball more on the zone read than Brandon does, or you know, that kind of thing. But you still have to prepare for it and be ready for it.
Could you talk about the matchup and special teams in this game? They're good in the returns. You're good at covering them, and you have a pretty good return guy in Broyles. Could you talk about the matchup there?
Well, it's like every week, you know. It seems like everyone you play has a fast guy, an explosive guy back there that can return the ball. So you just got to be, you know, great in your coverage, and then, you know, returning the ball. We have been really good punt returning, and you know, you're trying to get yards, just trying to get better field position, and our guys have done a nice job of not getting penalties and blocking well. So it's always a field position issue, and you know, hopefully you can play well in the special teams.
Coach, just make comment about O'Hara. I realize.
Yeah, Patrick's doing a good job. You know, I guess I was asked, I guess it was yesterday, just about, you know, the fact that this was only his second game to ever play in, and I said maybe that's a good thing. He doesn't make too much of it. You know, he's out there, he just goes through his routine and takes a big swat at the ball and is hitting it well. And so hopefully he can continue it.
Well, a lot of them won't be able to play Saturday. Could you talk about the contributions of these seniors?
These guys have been an awesome group of seniors, just great attitude kids. You just can't brag on them enough. They just they're always positive. They've been a happy bunch. They've been really good leaders, though it's been, you know, they've had it a little bit of it chopped off, having not been able to play, you know, for a good part of this year, and so you know, I appreciate their commitment. Their, you know, what they've, you know, the attitude they brought to the team. It's just a great work ethic, and humble guys, go to class. You know, it's just really a strong group of kids.
Will you honor Sam since he's announced he's not coming back?
No, only because through whether it's been Roy Williams and on and on and on, to do it for one, and then someone might come back or might go out, there's too much gray area with too many players. So our policy has been and always will be that, seniors eligibility-wise, that's the only way that eventually someone isn't shortchanged or then you're making a mistake, a guy ends up coming back, thought he was going out.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, but, there's been a lot of special, and I think Sam, knows that. I mean, Sam would say, hey, so was Roy Williams, or so was so-and-so, and so was this guy. And then you start saying, well, this guy was more special and this one wasn't. I can't get into that. Too tough.